from Jojo's Boom. I'm going to show you today how to decorate the base of a wine glass, which is a really lovely gift to be able to give to someone coming up to Christmas time, and it's also just really nice to actually have for yourself. So what I've got first of all set up is I've got actually just a piece of laminate card that's been laminated, which is going to be my base that I'm going to use, and I've got some pieces of Yupo paper or Binco paper, a plastic sort of type paper, and it means the boom actually won't be absorbed into the paper. So what I've done is that I've just drawn a circle which shows how much I need to actually cover for my boom gel, and I'm going to put it, the 3 pieces, because I'm going to do 6 glasses, I'm going to actually just put it straight onto my laminate. Little trick to do first of all is to just give a little spray of, this is just a water atomizer, just a couple of sprays of water, and it acts like a glue and it holds your paper steady, just like that. Okay, next thing you need to do is you need to make sure that the base of your glass is clean, so I'm going to just use some isotroph alcohol, and I'm going to give my glasses all a clean on the base. I'm going to use the Boom Gel Pearlescent Teal, the Manna Crab Blue, and the Pearlescent Yellow, which is a new colour. Okay, so I'm going to start off just on this piece over here first, and I'm going to do a puddle pour. So I'm just going to do probably about a 10-cent piece of maybe 20 centimetres of teal. Then I'm going to do a smaller amount of the Manna Crab Blue, and then finally the Pearlescent Yellow. Then I'm going to blow that out. You might have to excuse my head. So what I'm trying to do is to get the boom to actually go to the very outside of the circle to make sure that I've got good coverage. Look how pretty those colours look. My next set of colours, I'm going to use Pearlescent Mint, the Native Violet Purple, and the Boom Gel Metallic Gold. So you need to make sure that you've shaken this really well to make sure that you've got all the any sediment that there is off the bottom. Now, the Native Violet Purple is actually a very, very strong colour. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do the mint first, then I'm going to do the gold, and then I'm going to do the Native Violet Purple last. The last one I'm going to do, I'm going to use Cassowary Blue, Mallee Ringneck Blue, and Sterling Wax White, plus a very small amount of gold. So I'm actually using 4 colours for this one. Because I'm adding 4 colours to this one, I'm going to put slightly less for my base. And then I'm going to use white. A real beachy theme, this one. And a little bit of gold. And I'm going to blow that out. Okay, so you can see all of them, they've all started to do different things. This one you can start to see there's actually starting to get quite a few cells actually happening. Okay, there are some small cells happening over here. So it's a really good idea just to let them sit for about 15 minutes before you actually dip your glasses to make sure that the boom is able to do its magic stuff and work with it colours and produce some really lovely effects. So hopefully in about 15 minutes and the boom has done some really nice stuff. So I'm going to start with this one over here first of all. So these glasses have actually got a very flat base, which are a lot easier for dipping. There is another one which I'll show you. If you have a look, I've actually got a slight indentation in the base. Okay, so these are a little bit more tricky to do. What I find I have to do with that is to actually put the glass down and actually put my hand underneath and lift it up and press the so that all the boom gets onto the glass. Okay, so we've got our glass nice and clean. Okay, and then all you need to do is just dip, making sure you're happy that it's all completely covered. Then you might need to just hold on to it and just very, very carefully lift off. I then just check to make sure that I've got good coverage on the glass. So I look from both sides. They've been dried and cured. So pressing it down and then lift off. And just look how pretty that looks. Okay, so it will change quite a bit. Okay, the other thing I do is I do check the edges, and if I've found that I've gone too much over the edge, I'll just use a piece of paper towel. So the next two. So each glass will be totally unique, and what a beautiful gift to give to someone. Okay, so you can see that that's looking really nice, that one. Next one. And the last two. Now you find that the colours have sunk here, but you'll find that as you press down into it, the gold especially, come up. So that's the glasses done, but now look, we've got some really lovely pieces of boom, and I find it's a real shame to let that go to waste. So what I've got here, and you can get these off eBay, are just some, and you can get different sizes. They're MDF cutouts. What I've done is that I've just cut roughly around the size of what was left over from the pour, and I'm going to turn these into fridge magnets using the boom booster, using the boom sealer. So what I generally do is, to start off with, is that I'm quite heavy-handed with this, and again I'm just going to use foam brush, give a really good layer all over. I do tend to go right, I make the circle bigger because I do want to trim it off later, and then I just put it on and then just firmly press it down so that it sticks. So what I've got here is I've got the boom booster sealer. I like to use the gloss one. I think it gives a really nice finish. And I've got just a foam brush, and I've just put some of it onto a plastic lid. And what I'm going to do is that you have to just take care, especially with the first level layer of the sealer, because if you press too hard or if you brush too hard, you can actually remove some of the boom. So what I like to do is just very lightly dab all over using the foam brush for the first layer, and I'm just going to leave it like that. Again, the idea is to try and build up layers of the sealer rather than applying too heavy a layer to begin with. You also can get a little bit of colour variation if you make it too thick. So these are looking really pretty. So if you have a look at what they look like on the outside, it's a really nice gift to give to someone, or just actually use yourself. So just very lightly dabs with not too much on it. So what I'll do is I will let these dry for a minimum of 30 minutes, and then I will come back and apply another layer. Okay, and just a minimum 30 minutes between each layer, and sometimes if it's a bit colder I will leave it for a bit longer. So this was the cassowary blue and white. This was our, I think it was the pearlescent navy blue, and the teal and the pearlescent yellow. So these ones are much easier to apply. And you do find it will even itself out a bit. Okay, and because you're building up layers, you'll find that you will get a really nice surface in the end by doing it. I'll show you in the next couple of layers what I do, but this is the first layer where I think it's really important not to brush too heavy with, to make sure that you're going to not lose any of the beautiful boom that you've put onto your glass. Okay, we'll see. Okay, we're back. So I have sealed these a couple of times, and what I'm going to do next is actually put them to the side. I'm actually going to use a spray sealer to finish them off, because that will give them much better gloss on them. So I'll show you what they look like when they're finished. The other thing I've done is I had some smaller pieces as well. So these are going to turn into little wine charms, I think. And again, I'm going to seal those with a spray sealer. So I'm going to do, so I've built up about 4 layers of the sealer on the glasses, and you can see that it's looking very smooth and really nice. So I'm going to do another 2 layers. So what I do is I just dab all over, and then very quick wipe in both directions. Dab and quick wipe, and then clean up any excess.